What if the most powerful investor in history just dropped 5 bombshells in a single afternoon, and most people completely missed the deeper meaning? On May 3, 2025, Warren Buffett, 94 years old, sharp as ever, sat on stage in Omaha, Nebraska in front of tens of thousands of shareholders, and delivered a masterclass in honesty, wisdom, and flat-out shock value. This wasn't just another annual meeting. This was the most historic one in Berkshire's 60-year history. I'm going to break down the 5 most shocking things Buffett said, what he actually meant, why Wall Street was stunned, and what you should take away from each one. Stay until number 1. That one alone changed everything. Let's get into it. Number 5. And this one took guts. With tariffs dominating headlines and the entire country debating trade policy, Buffett, a man who almost never gets political, looked straight into the crowd and said this: "Trade should not be a weapon. Trade and tariffs can be an act of war." Buffett said the U.S. should be looking to trade with other countries and let them do what they do best, and argued that a more prosperous world benefits America, not hurts it. He didn't mention any names, but everyone in that room knew exactly what he meant. This is a man whose company owns railroads, insurance giants, and consumer brands that touch every corner of the global economy. When Warren Buffett says tariffs are an act of war, that's not political theater. That's a 94-year-old billionaire who's lived through actual wars, recessions, and crashes, telling you what he sees coming. The takeaway? Protectionism feels strong, but history says it makes everyone purr. Number 4. Someone asked Buffett about government spending and Doge, Elon Musk's efficiency initiative. Now, most people expected a polite non-answer. What they got was a warning. Buffett said, "We are operating at a fiscal deficit now that is unsustainable over a very long period of time. We don't know whether that means 2 years or 20 years, because there's never been a country like the United States, but this is something that can't go on forever." He didn't praise Doge. He didn't attack it either. But he did say this: "It's a job I don't want, but it's a job I think should be done. Congress does not seem to be doing it." That last line is brutal. From a man whose own father was a U.S. congressman, calling out Congress for failing to fix the country's finances. That's not commentary. That's a diagnosis. Think about what it means when the world's most successful long-term investor says the path we're on is unsustainable. He's not panicking, but he is warning us. And smart investors should be listening. Number 3, and this one surprised everyone who expected Buffett to sing AI's praises. In a world where every CEO on the planet is talking about artificial intelligence like it's the second coming, Buffett said something nobody expected. He said, "I wouldn't trade everything that's developed in AI in the next 10 years for Ajit. If you gave me a choice of having $100 billion available to participate in the property casualty insurance business for the next 10 years and a choice of getting the top AI product from whoever's developing it or having Ajit making the decisions, I would take Ajit anytime, and I'm not kidding about that." He was talking about Ajit Jain, his legendary insurance chief. Let that sink in. Buffett is saying that one brilliant, trustworthy human being, with decades of judgment and integrity, is worth more than all of artificial intelligence combined. Now, is he dismissing AI? No. He's making a deeper point about what actually creates long-term value: people, judgment, and trust. Not algorithms. In a world going crazy for AI stocks, this is a reminder that the best investment you'll ever make is in the right person. Number 2, and this might be the most quotable thing Buffett has ever said. When asked about American capitalism and whether investors should still believe in it, Buffett delivered what may become one of his most famous metaphors ever. He said, "Capitalism in the United States has succeeded like nothing you've ever seen. It's a combination of this magnificent cathedral, which has produced an economy like nothing the world's ever seen, and then it's got this massive casino attached." The cathedral? That's the companies, the innovation, the real businesses that produce real goods and services for hundreds of millions of people. The casino? That's the speculation. The day trading. The meme stocks. The hype. Buffett warned, "At the casino, Everybody's having a good time and there's lots of money changing hands and everything, but you've got to make sure the cathedral gets fed, too. This is the most important investing lesson you will hear all year. Right now, we're living in one of the most speculative markets in modern history. Crypto, AI stocks, options trading, the casino has never been louder. But the people who actually build wealth? They invest in the cathedral. They buy real businesses with real earnings. They hold for decades. Warren Buffett has been saying this for 60 years. He's now 94, and he's still the richest investor alive. Maybe the cathedral strategy works. And here it is. Number 1. The bombshell that nobody, not even Berkshire's own board members, saw coming. With 5 minutes left in the meeting, just 5 minutes, Buffett casually leaned into the microphone and said words that sent shockwaves around the financial world. I think the time has arrived where Greg should become the chief executive officer of the company at year-end. The crowd erupted in a standing ovation. Greg Abel, seated right next to him, looked genuinely stunned. Even board members reportedly didn't know this was coming. Buffett's retirement announcement was a shocker not only to investors, but also to board members and even Abel himself. After 60 years, 6 decades, of leading one of the greatest companies in the history of capitalism, Warren Buffett quietly passed the torch. And then, in classic Buffett fashion, he cracked a joke. He looked at the crowd, smiled, and said, "The enthusiasm shown by that response can be interpreted 2 ways. That's the man. Even in his most historic moment, he made you laugh." Buffett said he would hang around to help the company and would not sell any shares. So he's not disappearing. He's becoming what he called his late partner Charlie Munger was for him, the wise voice in the background. The biggest takeaway here isn't just about Berkshire. It's about legacy. Buffett spent 60 years not just building a company, but building a culture. A set of values so strong that when he walks out the door, those values stay behind. That's the real lesson. Build something that lasts longer than you do. So let's recap the 5 shocking things Warren Buffett said at Berkshire's 2025 annual meeting. Number 5. Tariffs can be an act of war. Number 4. America's deficit is unsustainable, and Congress isn't fixing it. Number 3. He'd take one great human over all of AI. Number 2. America is a cathedral attached to a casino, and you better feed the cathedral. And number 1. After 60 years, the time has arrived. Warren Buffett is stepping down. If you learned something today, smash that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people. Subscribe if you want more content breaking down what the world's greatest investors are actually saying, not just the headlines, but the meaning behind the words. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 shocked you the most? I'll see you in the next one.